If you were born with a feeling that you are special, that you are different in some way, that you are here to walk with a specific purpose that is bigger than you, trust your heart. Because, honey, it's just the beginning of your path. It's about to be so amazing and magical and a reality beyond your wildest dreams. You just need to trust it and move with it. Hey, beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. Alexa here. So, as of recent, I have been working on, well, my entire life, I've been working on a path that is very different than your average. You know, I don't walk the path that is already carved out and paved for me. I never have. I mean, some time ago I did, you know, when I was working in the corporate world and, you know, chasing dreams that weren't necessarily mine and working for people that, you know, I didn't always necessarily agree with and just trying to find my way in order to pay the bills. That's something that happens as humans, right? It's a normal part of the path for a lot of us, at least starting out. Until you learn your power, that's when everything changes. There came a point in time, and for me it was in my 20s, when I learned that I could be and do anything. Now, even when I was young, you know, like pretending to be a fortune teller with my cousins and my sister and my siblings and driving my parents crazy and, you know, singing in church, because singing is one of my biggest dreams. And, you know, even when I was creating this little era where I was the fortune teller with my cousins and acting that out. Acting is another one of my largest dreams. I had to be like, what, 7? I don't know. Fashion is another dream of mine, you know? Like I remember when I got my first like fashionable bathing suit that was kind of fancy and different and, you know, beyond. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna be this. And I was like 10, 11, you know, whatever. So anyway, you know, from a young age, these things that make you happy, these things that make you tick, these things that inspire you. But, you know, I think over time, there are some different factors that go into it that can either, you know, guide you and push you and lift you and inspire you along the way. And then there are, you know, different road bumps along the way that we take without necessarily, you know, having the intention to do so. You know, maybe we took a job that we didn't want because we had to pay the bills, or we moved in with a roommate that was really bad for our energy and bad for our spirit. Maybe we have, over time, you know, made friends that didn't match our energy because it's something that felt like it was aligned at the time before we knew any better. You know, like we're human. We're all humans having a human experience, you know. There's only so much that in certain realms we can do, you know, until we know better. But the biggest goal and the promise that we should all make to ourselves is that once you know better, you know what they say, know better and do better. So once you know better, again, having a human experience, we've all known better and learned more and then fucked up again. Okay, so that happens to all of us. That is something that, you know, is a recurring path. A large part, we know, of being successful is making mistakes, failing numerous times, failing over and over and over again. You know, if you study any of the most successful people in our world today, they have failed over and over again to find their way. It's just a part of the journey. Having the courage to fail, having the courage to be one that chases their dreams without the means to do so. You know, I think that a big lesson that I would teach my younger self, if I could, is that there will never be a time that you'll be ready. There will never be a time when you have everything together. You have the financial backing, you have the energy in the space, you have, you know, maybe the apartment or the house where you feel comfortable in chasing these dreams, or you have the perfect job, or you have the perfect opportunity, or the perfect circle around you lifting you up. It's just not always like that. That's not reality. Some of the most successful people in the world have started from nothing. Some of them have had amazing mentors that have been able to, you know, kind of climb this ladder with them and guide them along their journey. There are some people that have had it all, lost it all, and then found their way again. You know, there's not one path that is right for all of us. It's just not the way it works. So I took some notes, guys. I want to share them with you, and I hope that this helps. The other thing to remember, guys, is that when you know your path is different than the majority of people around you, it's a blessing. So make sure you lock in on that. You know, I think that what's cool about the younger generations now that I wish I knew back in my day is being different is good. Being different and, you know, being your own person, not someone that follows the crowd. You know, I think that when I was younger, I had no idea that not being like everyone else was cool. Like, I was always strong, you know, when it came to my personality and knowing that I was deep down inside, you know, like I was that girl in grade school and high school. I was always friends with everyone, the cool people, the nerds, the smart people, the not so smart people, the outgoing people, the introverts. That's just who I am, because I think that one thing that's cool about me, even though I feel like it took me longer to find my magic and find my strength and find my power, is that I always knew that all those different groups of people were parts of me. One of the greatest things that I've learned from some of the greatest gurus that have taught us all the magic they've learned over time is if you see a little bit of yourself in everyone, it becomes a lot more difficult to judge. It becomes a lot more difficult to even have the nerve to think a negative thought about yourself or others. So, okay, my notes. Donna Summers said something beautiful about her own success. And she said she always knew she would be successful. It wasn't a matter of whether she would or would not be. It was just a matter of time. A poem, how beautifully said. And she also reminded us that some people don't have that feeling. So you have to remember there are some people walking through life and they're just existing. They're not actually living because they have no idea how to live. And so they go through the weeks just wanting the weekends, and they go through their work days just waiting for 5 o'clock, and they don't write down thoughts they have, or, you know, think about their dreams in a way of like, wow, I can really bring this to life. I can really do this. If you have a craft, use your time to perfect that craft and to practice it and to fuck up and to be far from perfect, you know? And Donna Summer said this too, like, you know, just learn as much as you can until the time comes that you're out there. Like, you know, these are things that just until they're said out loud, just don't necessarily come to us at the time that we need them. You know, a lot of the lessons in life just have to be learned the hard way in order for us to be great. And that's okay. That's part of the process. It's all tools in the backpack, as I like to call it, baby. There are things, okay, so these are thoughts that I had earlier that I just kind of like wrote in my Google Notes. At first, you know, when you're starting to have this transformation of something greater than you may feel like a stranger in your body. You know, if something scares you, a different path that scares you, and you know it's part of your purpose and part of your path, that's part of it, you know? Like if it doesn't scare you, it's not something greater than you, right? So maybe things that you've done before, or, you know, being invited to parties, or, you know, hanging out with people that no longer match your energy. Even just going out, like if a friend invites me out to dinner, or invites me to a party, or invites me to an event, or invites me to the movies, or to hang out with their family, like there are certain things that I have to say no to at this stage in my life, because it feels empty when I'm there, because I'm not where I want to be in life. You know that you love to go see waterfalls, and you go to see waterfalls, you're still gonna have this longing in your heart for all that you are, that you're not bringing to life at this very moment, because you're not giving yourself the strength to do so. And until you can show up for that person that you say you are, that person that you know you are, you're not going to feel full. It doesn't matter where you are in the world. It doesn't matter if you're in the most beautiful trip at the most beautiful destination. You're still going to feel empty until you fulfill that longing and you start to chase that goal. And it doesn't have to be something that you've necessarily accomplished. It just has to be something that there's this certain sense of home. It doesn't matter if your bank account's at zero. It doesn't matter if you have accomplished, you know, like 3 out of 10 goals on your list. There's a feeling that you start to experience once you take the path that is yours, and you take the risks, and you start to shed the layers that don't feel like home anymore. Like it feels right. It doesn't matter if you feel like some days you wake up and your energy is at zero because you're not there yet. That's okay. You know, you have to trust in the fact that like it will come together, because you are consistently believing and training your mind to know that you are something larger than just this robot walking through life, working to bring other people's dreams to life, because you haven't actually taken the first step to figure out how to chase yours. There's a creator that I love so much on Instagram. I have never met this person. He just kind of showed up as I was scrolling one day, and continues to show up when I'm scrolling and I need his quotes most. At the time that I need them most, they're right there, just waiting for me. And I want to read you guys a few. So you can follow him at Zach Goprob. It's spelled really simply, ZACHGOPROB. This is one of my favorites. Live in your own world. When you're surrounded by stress, live in your own world. When you're at a job you hate, live in your own world. When you're told what to do from someone you don't look up to, live in your own world. When your reality doesn't match your ambition, live in your own world. I'm gonna repeat that one. When your reality doesn't match your ambition, live in your own world. When those close to you don't support you, live in your own world. Ignore the world to create your own. That one hit so hard for me. I was like, yes, Zach. Like, thank you, Zach. I always comment on his posts. This man is probably like, who? I mean, he gets so many reposts and comments per day. I'm sure he never sees mine, but I'm always just like screaming in caps, like, yes, Zach. Thank you, Zach. Like, there are some creators that stand in their light in such a way that it makes you question why you ever doubted yours. That is the light that I'm talking about. That is the light that we need. That is the light that we have always needed and will always need. So when you feel that inside of you, that you're meant to inspire others or share some sort of talent with others, whether you're a musician or you're a dancer or you're a poet or you're a fashion designer or you're a painter, or you simply just enjoy talking to other people and lifting them up and making them feel better about their day. Doesn't matter whether you're a surfer or a skateboarder, or you know, you love to ride bikes, or just love to spend time with your family. Whatever it is that fills your heart with joy, just do as much of that as you possibly can, because happiness is what makes the world go round, and there's not enough of it. I always say on my little TikTok videos when I'm strung out and I'm going for I just started recently this year, you know, going for runs consistently, and it has changed my life and changed my discipline, changed the way my body looks, changed the way my mind feels. I call it like wiping the windshield in the morning. So on my runs, one thing that I've been thinking about too is just little simple things, like to share our light with the world and, you know, fill our cups, is to like say hi to people. Like, walk or run by them and say hi to people or smile at them. You have no idea how much that can make someone's day or change someone's day. Like, I can't tell you how many people I say hi to on my runs or wave at or like whatever, and they wave back or they say hi back, and it kind of throws them off for a second, but they smile back at me, like, and you can see them smiling with their eyes because I'm smiling with my eyes. So it's like, it's the little things that are the biggest things, you know? There's another really, really, really magical, powerful quote that I want to share with you guys. It's actually a thread of multiple quotes that I found on Instagram. One of my other favorite creators, his name is Case Kenny. You can follow him at case.kenny. He also, this is a book, so he takes excerpts, I believe, from his book. I'm not sure if all of his posts are from the book, but anyway, we need the book. So it goes like this. Guys, get ready, because this one is it. Like, this one is it for creators, for creatives, for entrepreneurs, for dreamers, for anyone that wants a different life, for anyone that would prefer to live rather than simply exist. Are you ready? Okay. Some of us would rather be ridiculous little freaks about creating our own joy than merely exist. Not everyone will get that. Some of us would rather be happy and alone than settle for love that feels hollow. Not everyone will get that. Some of us prefer deep bonds with a few loyal friends over shallow ties with many. Not everyone will get that. Some of us are trusting the timing of our lives instead of forcing things that don't feel aligned. Not everyone will get that. Some of us would rather be seen as difficult than allow ourselves to be easily manipulated. Not everyone will get that. Some of us are choosing to be hopeful in a world that makes it easy to lose faith. Not everyone will get that. So again, you guys can follow him on Instagram at case.kenny, and the book is called That's Bold of You by Case Kenny. There's one more quote I want to share with you. Actually, there's two more quotes I want to share with you guys, and then I'm going to end this. Just because I don't want it to, I just hope that this is sitting with you guys in a beautiful way, and I hope that this message is not too long, and I hope that it was everything that you needed, because it's the reminder that I need. So I hope that my tribe is out there listening like, yes, girl, because this is, I feel this, all of this with my heart. I took notes for you guys because I can't stop thinking about the way that my life is transitioning and the love that I've put into the path that is me and how hard it's been, and just to tell people that there is light on the other side. Okay, so this is Zach GoProbe again, and you can follow him on Instagram at Zach, ZACHGOPROB. Some bridges are beautiful when they burn. There's a calm that takes over when you can't go back. When you've changed. when you've decided, when you've left behind a version of you that is no longer you. The end of everything is the start of anything. Ooh, Zach! Drum roll, please. I'm gonna leave you guys with my favorite quote of all time by Zach GoPro. This one: spend time with the mad ones, the ones who question, the ones who create, the ones with genius and insanity that scares and inspires. They build for fun. They live in the extreme. They play life like a game that only they can play. The mad are the chosen. They push, they attract, they spread energy. They drag others towards their future. They crawl inside you and break your idea of what's possible. In a mad world, the mad are the only sane ones left. Zach, I'm telling you, man, your light shines so bright and I'm so grateful. I hope you guys felt the magic in everything that I was saying today, because one of our greatest purposes of being here is to be lights for each other. Just like my ring says, the world is yours, baby. So I'll leave you with this. The magic can't leave you when it is you. You have everything you need inside of you. Biggest love. Go shine.